Ahead May 29 inauguration, special prayers for Nigeria's stability and prosperity offered at Jamaat congregation, attended by President Buhari. Supreme Court voids all votes cast for APC candidates during 2019 general elections, declares runners-up winners.
We truly believe that our nation is as strong and as prosperous as the young people's skills and talents and their hard work.
And some Nigerian youths already on next level as National Entrepreneurship Empowerment Program rewards beneficiaries. Hello and welcome to NTN Network News. I'm Joseph Johnson in Abuja. Also reading with me tonight is Jennifer Igwe in Lagos and Asmao Abibu Shagare in Sokoto. Special prayers have been offered for the stability and prosperity of Nigeria at the Jamaat congregation attended by President Muhammadu Buhari as part of activities for the 2019 presidential inauguration. Ado Adamo also reports that a lecture preceded the Jamaat prayer at the National Mosque, Abuja.
Jamaat prayers led by the Murshid of the National Mosque Abuja, Sheikh Ahmed Galadanchi, seeking Allah's intervention in the affairs of the nation as President Muhammadu Buhari gets set for his second term. The Murshid's sermon dwelt on the need for Nigerians to rally around the country's leadership and work together for collective good. At an inauguration lecture preceding the Jamaat prayers, the Chief Imam of Al-Furqan Mosque Kano spoke on harnessing Nigeria's diversity for peaceful coexistence and national security.
In Islam, and based on the guidance of the Quran and the Sunnah, leadership is regarded as a trust. Allah commands you that you render trust to those to whom they are due. And when you judge between people, you judge between them justly.
Speakers admonished Nigerians to close ranks and shun tendencies capable of sowing seeds of discord in the country.
As an indivisible nation, it's incumbent on us to close ranks and shun tendencies capable of sowing seeds of discord that will lead to instability in our dear nation.
Impunity by enemies of this country must be dealt with decisively. The IGP and other security agencies have been directed to ensure that those responsible, including those who aid and abet, are not only dealt with, but also to ensure that further menace of armed banditry is checked.
So we endeavor every Nigerian to participate and support the incoming government, and also the government should be all-inclusive.
Let us pray that Almighty Allah will continue to grant us peace, unity, tranquility, security, and prosperity in this country.
The clerics also admonished Nigerians to support security agencies to tackle spate of violence and banditry in the country. In Abuja, Ado Ademo, NTA News.
Now, some youths have started benefiting from the next level agenda of the Buhari administration, days to the inauguration of the president's second term. Doindia reports that Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has, under the National Entrepreneurship Empowerment Program, rewarded 10 beneficiaries with 1 million naira each.
These youths are 1 million naira richer than they came to these events of the Youth Entrepreneurship Empowerment and Skills Acquisition aimed at supporting young Nigerians develop their potentials in videography, makeup and cosmetology, catering, event planning, digital marketing, arts and entertainment. This gesture coming on the heels of the second term inauguration of the APC government as the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, touching on the fast-changing dynamics of the global business environment.
The whole world is in search of men and women of excellence men and women of integrity, and men and women who can work hard. We truly believe that our nation is as strong and as prosperous as the young people's skills and talents and their hard work. This nation is only as strong as those of you who are in this room and people like yourselves. As a matter of fact, if you have all these three attributes, I guarantee you that money will be running after you.
7 beneficiaries also received 200,000 naira, while 20 others are to benefit from a 1-year youth mentorship program.
And we believe and we are confident that we will continue to nurture this partnership, all for the good of the youth of Nigeria and for the development of our country.
In the face of their children.
The event is part of the program for the 2019 presidential inauguration in Abuja. Doing Dia NT News.
Top officials of the Presidential Inauguration Committee are working round the clock to ensure a hitch-free ceremony next week. Anthony Fortson reports that the committee was on an inspection visit to the Eagle Square venue of the main event.
Of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, who is the chairman of the main organizing committee, and the Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed, chairman of the publicity subcommittee, along with other members, took time to inspect facilities at the Eagle Square venue for the inauguration on the 29th. Apart from the readiness of the facilities, dress rehearsals were also performed, like dignitaries' arrival, oath taking, rehearsal for the inauguration parade is also not left out, as the military and police are on ground doing what they know best.
What we are witnessing right now is the three.
Talking to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation and the Information and Culture Minister, revealed a high level of satisfaction.
We had a mock trial with people standing in for them, and the swearing-in ceremony, the lowering of the flag, and having the newly sworn-in president go around in a motorcade to receive salutation and cheers from the people that will be here. So I think we are good to go. We are taking care of all the minute details to ensure that nothing happens. But we're trusting God that this will be one of the most memorable swearing-in ceremonies.
The whole idea is to ensure that we rectify whatever shortcomings or mistakes before the D-Day. Things such as the acoustic, the sound. This rehearsal has made us the opportunity of determining who will be where and when on that day, because on the day of the inauguration itself there will be no room to make amends, since we're going to be televised to the entire world live. So this is why we're here today, and I think the military will still continue with their own dress rehearsal.
President Muhammadu Buhari will be inaugurated here on Wednesday the 29th for another 4-year term. In Abuja, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
To the judiciary now, where the Supreme Court this Friday voids the votes of all the candidates fielded by the All Progressives Congress in the 2019 general elections in Zamfara State. In a unanimous decision, the 5-man panel, led by the Acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Mohammed, declares the first runners-up as the winners of all the polls earlier declared to have been won by the candidates of All Progressives Congress in the state. Justice Paul Galunje, who read the judgment on behalf of the 5-man panel of justices, described all the votes polled by the APC candidates as Wests. The Apex Court's verdict affects governorship, State House of Assembly and National Assembly elections in Zamfara State. The court attributes its decision to inability of APC in Zamfara State to conduct its primaries in accordance with the rules of the party. The court also awards the cost of 10 million naira to Kabir Marafa's faction.
Historic landmark judgment that will affect positively the face of democracy and the law in Nigeria as today.
The highest court of the land has spoken. We abide by it. We have no choice. In fact, I have to commend them for having, we argued the appeal just last week. Look at the volume of work. We have 9 volumes of record transmitted to the court. The court have tried, and we have no more to say.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the Supreme Court is the apex court, and it just stated the position of the law. That's all.
Also, this Friday, the Apex Court dismisses the appeal filed by the People's Democratic Party and its candidate, Kolakbo Olushola Eleka, challenging the election of Governor Kayode Fayemi. In a unanimous judgment, the 5-man panel of justices led by the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Muhammad, dismisses the appeal for lacking in merit. Justice John Okoro, who read the judgment, affirmed the verdicts of both the Ekiti State Election Petition Tribunal and the Court of Appeal in Abuja, which both dismissed the petition challenging the victory of Governor Fayemi during the July 14 governorship election in 2018. Now joining us live from our Kaduna Network Center to speak more on the Supreme Court's judgment is Ibrahim Kabir Ba, SAN, a legal practitioner. You're welcome to NTN Network News.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
What does the judgment on the Zamfara election say about the role of the judiciary in Nigeria's democracy?
The first thing we realize is that when decisions are taken by political parties, there is always the last point of it, and that is that of the judiciary. The courts have taken their own time. They have done all that it needs to be done, and it is now a lesson for all of us, both as legal practitioners, political parties, and as a nation, to be able to understand that whatever decisions we take must be subjected to judicial scrutiny. And the decision by the Supreme Court today has shown one thing, that lessons learned from the past seem not to have been carried over and utilized by our political parties. I do remember that the Supreme Court, in the case of APC vs. Karfi, gave similar decision, and I believe that that should have formed the basis of all decisions by all political parties. Irrespective of the party, you should be guided by what the courts have done in particular situations. It is the position of the law that political parties must at all times conduct their primaries, and the situation has never changed.
Okay, let's talk about the implication of this on internal democracy.
The implication of this is that political parties must be able to live up to their rules and regulations. It is not right for any political party to have its own laws and jettison the same laws. The laws of Nigeria are so clear that by Section 87 of the Electoral Act, every political party intending to participate in any election must conduct primary election. So political parties must be able to live up to it. We must be able to know that there are certain things that we must outgrow them, and that is that we shouldn't take self-esteem as a guide, but the law should be the guiding principles.
Just before I let you go, the Apex Court also upheld the election of Governor Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti State. How would you describe this verdict?
Another of such decisions that we must all hail the Supreme Court. Where parties erred, the courts are not afraid to tell them that they have gone wrong. We should hail the Supreme Court for being there at all times to do what is needful, that is, to decide cases and to ensure that justice is given to who it is due. It is not always the best that in all election matters in Nigeria we must go to court. We should be able to understand that there are situations that we should judge ourselves, not waiting for some judge elsewhere to judge us. I think the Supreme Court has done well and we should commend them in all cases.
Quite intriguing development there. Thank you very much indeed. Ibrahim Kabir, our son, legal practitioner, thank you for joining us on NTN Network News.
Thank you very much.
Okay, still talking, staying with Zamfara State, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has held an emergency meeting to consider the Supreme Court's judgment on Zamfara State governorship, national and state assembly elections. A statement by the Commission's National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, notes that the meeting will continue on Saturday, 25th May. Deliberations will be on issues arising from the said decision, while the final decision on the matter will be communicated to the public on Monday, 27th May 2019. Let's turn our attention to other matters now. Sam Mbakwe International Cargo Airport, constructed by the Okorocha administration, is a world-class and will open the state and the nation to international commerce. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo stated this during the inauguration of Governor Okorocha's rescue mission projects in Imo State. Bright Ebochuo reports.
President Buhari was represented by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Professor Osinbajo said the Imo International Cargo Airport will facilitate business activities in the region and also create employment. The Vice President also inaugurated the new Nigerian Prison Service State Headquarters with a 3,000 capacity and Nigerian Police State Headquarters, which are federal government projects built by Governor Okorocha's administration. Professor Osinbajo also inaugurated Somto Diagnostic Hospital and the Mother and Child-Free Specialist Hospital that will administer free medical treatment to children from age 1 to 9. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo commended Governor Okorocha for his support in the criminal justice system and his people-oriented projects.
This is the true spirit of the collaboration between states and the federal government. And I want you to know that a lot of the work that you have done and which we are commissioning are very greatly appreciated by the President.
Governor Okorocha thanked the Vice President for finding time to inaugurate the projects despite his busy schedule.
All these three projects are all federal government projects, but built by Imo State government because we are concerned.
Governor Okorocha's Rescue Mission Administration has built over 564 new schools, 27 hospitals across the 27 local governments, with 6 operational, Justice Oputa Imo State High Court, NLC and NUJ Complex, among others. Bright Ebochuo, NTA News.
And all is set for the one-day official visit of President Muhammadu Buhari to Ogun State for the commissioning of legacy projects of the Governor Amosun-led administration. Lekong Agbonde brings us up to speed on details of some of the projects.
Present administration in Ogun State under the leadership of Governor Ibikula Amosun. Several developmental projects are being executed across the length and breadth of the state. At least 5 notable of these landmark projects are bid for commissioning by President Muhammadu Buhari during his visit on Saturday. The Ogun State Judiciary Complex, an ultra-modern edifice, started after the turning of the sword by President Buhari during the 40th anniversary celebration of Ogun State in 2016. The State Judicial Complex completed under vigorous supervision of Governor Amosun.
I'm sure that we will leave nobody in doubt as to our genuine intention that this is what we meant for Ogun State, and this is what we desire for Ogun State.
When we look at the Federal High Court in Abuja and the FCT High Court, we used to be so envious, but now I'm sure all judges in Nigeria will be envious of Ogun State.
The 250-bed ultra-modern hospital, equipped to provide solutions to each challenges in the state health sector, will also be inaugurated. President Buhari will also perform the inauguration of the Adire Mall in Itoku, Abeokuta, the home of the world-renowned traditional fabrics, and the 10,000 capacity amphitheater at the city center. OGTV New Digital Studio, located along Ajebo Road in Abeokuta, is also completed and ready for inauguration by the president during the one-day official visit. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agbonde, NTA News.
Well, do stay with us here on NTN Network News. We are back with more reports shortly.
The clock is ticking. It's the signal for the inauguration of the 16th President of Nigeria and 5th President in the 4th Nigerian Republic.
Nigerians are set to mark the beginning of the second term of Muhammadu Buhari as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The first term saw the most massive critical infrastructural development, agricultural revolution, war against corruption, tackling insecurity, and unprecedented social investment programs. Our opportunity to keep moving our country on the path to a prosperous future. It's the next level for the Nigerian people. This is our time as Nigerians. Come, let us celebrate the next level with Muhammadu Buhari, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Date, Wednesday, 29th May 2019. Venue, Eagle Square, Abuja. Time, 8 a.m. prompt. Roll out the drums. Come, let's celebrate.
Announcer Boss Gida Mustafa, Secretary to Government of the Federation and Chairman 2019 Presidential Inauguration Committee.
Everybody's talking. In all the cities and all the streets, in all the places where people meet, from Niger to yonder, we got you talking. You are the one that's falling to keep you talking. Yeah! Talking. We got people talking. We've got people talking. Dressing from east to the west to the south. Everywhere they cover, they know the mouth.
With 5 times bonus to call all networks on every recharge, we get you talking.
Keep talking.
Glow Unlimited.
It's Ramadan. It's okay to share what you love. Ramadan Kareem from Indomie. Indomie Super Pack now available at 85 Naira.
The Subcommittee on First Ladies' Activities for Presidential Inauguration hereby announces the programs for May 29, 2019 Presidential Inauguration. Interactive session of women with the First Lady. Date, Saturday 25th May 2019. Venue, State House, Abuja. Time 2 p.m. prompt. Children's Day Party. Date, 27th May 2019. Venue, State House, Abuja. Time 1 p.m. prompt. Admission to these events is strictly by invitation.
This event is part of activities lined up for the Presidential Inauguration and Democracy Day Celebration 2019.
Hajia Miriam A.D. Rufai, Secretary, Committee on First Lady's Activities for Presidential Inauguration 2019. Announcer.
The National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, an agency of the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, is making another innovative stride this weekend in Nasarawa State. With support and collaboration from the government of Nasarawa State, NASENI has established the Solid Minerals Machinery and Equipment Development Institute. MEDI is Nigeria's first purpose-built institute with a focus to carry out research and development of machines and equipment locally to promote the exploration and processing of solid minerals. The management of the agency cordially invites the general public to the official commissioning of the institute to be performed by the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Bonaya Onu, supported by Governor of Nasarawa State, Alhaji Umaru Tanko Albakura. Date, Saturday, 25th May 2019. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Venue, Samedi Permanent Site, Shagari Road, Nasarawa Town, Nasarawa State. Chief host and announcer, Professor Mohammed Sani Haruna, EVC, NASENI.
The Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, in collaboration with Industrial Training Fund, ITF, cordially invites stakeholders in agriculture, construction, transport and services sector to a one-day stakeholders meeting on strategies for job creation. The meeting, which will consider the ITF report on job creation, will be chaired by the special guest, His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Okechukwu Enelama. The Minister of State, Industry, Trade and Investment, Hajia Aisha Abubakar, will be the guest of honor, while Sir Joseph Ari, Director General and Chief Executive of ITF, will be the chief host. Date, Monday, 27th May 2019. Venue, Rockview Hotel, Wuse 2, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. All invited guests are to be seated by 9:30 a.m. ITF Management. Announcer.
Glad to have you back. The National Working Committee NWC of the All Progressives Congress APC has appointed Victor Giadom as the party's acting national secretary, pending when Yobe State nominates a replacement for the former national secretary, May Malabuni, who is the governor-elect of Yobe State. Before the appointment, Giadom was the party's deputy national secretary. Meanwhile, the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress congratulates the governor of Kebbi State, Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, on his election as the new chairman, Progressives Governors Forum. The party, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Lanre Isa Onilu, described Bagudu's unanimous election as well-deserved. The party notes Bagudu's achievements in the agricultural sector, particularly rice production in Kebbi State, which is in line with the diversification agenda of the Buhari-led APC administration. The party leadership has expressed confidence that under Bagudu's leadership, the Progressives Governors Forum will continue to contribute to the growth of the party, promote progressive ideals and support the President Buhari administration to continue to deliver on the promises made to the Nigerian people. Now, the social investment program of the federal government has so far covered 42 million direct and indirect beneficiaries across the country. Just as the homegrown school feeding, a component of the initiative, is taking care of 9.13 million pupils in 36 states. In 30 states, I should say. Special advisor to the president on social investment, Mariam Uwais, says on conditional cash transfer has reached 0.5 million caregivers. Musa Babali reports.
Press conference to highlight the success story of the social investment program of the federal government. All who matters in the program are here to give their stewardship on each of the four components of the social program.
We must commend the leadership of this country.
Mariam Uwais, special advisor to the president on social investment, leads with breakdown of the amount of money expended on the program. For the period of the 3 years of the program, 740 billion naira, she says, was released and expended on the various programs. The program currently has 12 million direct beneficiaries and 30 million of people benefiting indirectly. The breakdown shows that 422,992 people benefited from cash transfer in 22 states, while 9.3 million pupils enrolled into the homegrown school feeding program. 550,000 graduates and non-graduates are benefiting under the Empower.
Currently, we have 7 technology hubs which have been established in 6 geopolitical zones, including Lagos State. There are plans to establish one more hub in the FCT.
Mariam Uwais says the government is taking the program to the next level where it will be expanded. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
This is NTN Network News. Let's now join Jennifer Igwe in Lagos for more reports. Hello, Jennifer.
And good evening. Welcome to the Center of Excellence. Owners of trucks and trailers are beginning to remove them from roads leading to their Papa ports. Dr. Oguyemi, who has been following the story, reports that the trucks are being moved into private trucks parks and holding bays.
It is 48 hours into the presidential directive, and the latest is that trucks have begun to move from port access roads. This is Ijora. Before now, naval personnel were controlling traffic. Road camps and checkpoints were mounted, but all that have been dismantled. Police and last-mile officials have taken over.
Another stakeholders meeting has taken place with barely 24 hours to the deadline of the presidential directive. The presidential task team has agreed that all trucks and containers who refuse to move to individual truck parks as identified will be forcibly removed on Sunday, the 26th of May.
Have you given a free access now for your trucks, all the branded ones, only for them to get here? You are administrating the railways there and the gates, causing problems.
Aside from the task of clearing the port access roads, the presidential task force also has 2 weeks to remove all trucks parked on Lagos roads.
Voluntary compliance will make port operation much more better for all of us.
In a few days, sanity is expected to return to Apapa, but residents are concerned about how the efforts will be sustained.
There will be sustainability, and I expect the public to cooperate with them.
As a personal testimony, it was easier getting out of Apapa today than it has been for a long time. In Lagos, Dotun Okuyemi, NTA News.
System Specs Limited, a leading provider of financial technology on the African continent, which powers the federal government of Nigeria's Treasury Single Account TSA, says it is ready to partner the Gambian government in human capital management and financial software solution. The Executive Director, System Specs Limited, Deremi Atonda, stated this at a gala night in Lagos. Kenny Beluge has details.
The cultural display set the stage for an evening of relaxation for the Gambia delegates. They were in Nigeria to understudy the federal government's Treasury Single Account TSA and how they can apply it in their country.
We will continue to collaborate and cooperate. We will be identifying some areas which we will start off instantly to get to maintain the momentum and make sure that we carry the higher heights.
The Executive Director, System Specs Limited, stressed the importance of the TSA as it facilitates the transparent disbursement of funds.
We will do all we can to continue to contribute to the mutual development of both countries, first on the human capital capacity level and also on the technology level. We can expect our frenetic energy, and within a short while, I'm sure Gambia will become another success story that other people will be coming to study.
Basically, what we have done is to show them what we have done, and I believe they are going to take it from here. They're already asking for technical assistance, and then I believe what that means is that we may be working with them as they set up their own TSA.
In Africa today, Nigeria's TSA is unarguably the most successful across all African countries. So I think it's a recognition of the government for the work they've done, for their support and for leadership on this. So Nigeria has a lot to be proud of.
Founded in 1992, System Specs Limited, through its remitter payment management, has delivered on its mandate as the bedrock of the re-engineering of the federal government cash management policy in Lagos. Ken Igbeluge, NTA News.
And for more on business, let's join Abolade Salami. Salami.
Thank you, Jennifer. Good evening and welcome to the Business News segment. The European Union support to federal governance reform program in Nigeria has adjudged government reform initiatives as satisfactory, especially in the public service sector. This was at a seminar to round off the project in Abuja, where President Buhari's reform initiatives were said to have contributed to the growth of the economy and strengthening of business environments in the country.
Mentioned the enormous amount of capacity building from macroeconomic modeling, monitoring and evaluation of specific policies, the ERGP focus lab activities.
You have transparency, which is an important feature of governance. The second one, you have participation, which is also a very good objective, feature of governance.
And now let's talk equities. Friday's trading activities finished in the red after a 4-day consecutive bullish run. Here are details of trading.
At the close of Friday's trading, the market plunged into the red, depreciating by 1.89% to close the all-share index at 30,881.29 basis points. Volume of shares traded were 294 million, valued at 6.62 billion naira, which exchanged hands in 4,352 deals and a market capitalization of 13.6 trillion naira. Nestle, ETI and Fitsin closed the week in green, while MTN Nigeria, Dangote Cement and Nigerian breweries finished in red. On sectoral performance, NSE banking and oil and gas sector appreciated in figures by 1.23% and 0.14%, while NSE consumer goods, NSE industrial, and NSE insurance declined in figures by 0.39%, 1.29%, and 0.14%.
And that's a wrap on business news. It's back to Joseph in Abuja for the continuation of the news. Good evening.
Baba, we say welcome back. Baba Buhari, we don't see the things where you do. Improving lives of people for the past 4 years. You sign minimum wage, oh, not too young to run, oh. Baba Buhari, you're welcome back. Not say welcome back. We say welcome. Southwest say welcome. Baba, we say welcome. Men they say welcome. Women they say welcome. Youth they say welcome. Baba, we say welcome back. See second Niger bridge, empower and trade the money, social investment. Train it on the work, pensioners done the job. Buhari continue all the good work where you start. Not them say welcome back. We say welcome. Southwest say welcome. Baba, we say welcome back.
This message is powered by Good Governance Ambassadors of Nigeria, GOGAN.
The Nasarawa Emirate Council in Nasarawa local government area of Nasarawa State invites all to the coronation and presentation of first-class staff of office to His Royal Highness Alhaji Ibrahim Usman Jibril, Emir of Nasarawa and President, Nasarawa Emirate Council. The occasion, which will be performed by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Alhaji Umaru Tanko Al-Makura, will take place at the All Sports Complex, Federal Polytechnic, Nasarawa on Saturday, 25th May 2019 at 10 a.m. Honorable Dr. Idris Mohammed Loko, Secretary, Nasarawa Emirate Council and Chairman Publicity and Protocol Committee, announcer.
The 2019 Presidential Inauguration Committee invites the general public to the Interdenominational Church service to mark the beginning of the second term of Muhammadu Buhari as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, scheduled to hold as follows. Dates: Sunday 26 May 2019. Venue: National Christian Center, Central Business District, Abuja. Time: 2:30 p.m. prompt. Theme: Setting the nation on higher levels of peace and development in the fear of God. Habakkuk 3:19. Speaker, Archbishop Augustine AKUBEZE, President, Catholic Bishops Conference. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbajo, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
This event is part of activities lined up for the Presidential Inauguration and Democracy Day Celebration 2019.
Announcer, Boss Mustafa, Secretary to the Government of the Federation and Chairman, 2019 Presidential Inauguration Committee.
Team huddle. But we lost. Don't be tired, guys. This isn't a loss. It's a practice for winning.
Nothing makes a mother prouder than seeing her child growing up. But I know as he learns to lead, he'll face even more dirt, germs, and risk of illness.
That's why in changing seasons, you need strong Dettol protection. Because Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
Life evolves. You should too. 3G is great. 4G is better. Buy an Airtel SIM to enjoy double data on Nigeria's widest 4G network. Airtel, the smartphone network.
What's up?
His friends didn't come.
Hey, let's practice.
But you're going out.
Don't worry about me.
Nothing satisfies a mother more than seeing a child grow up. But I know as he sweats, he'll face the risk of germs which can cause skin irritation.
That's why you need the new best ever Dettol Cool. Its new advanced formulation with extra menthol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs and gives your family icy cool freshness.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
I thought leaving the country was the best decision for me and my future.
I left for a better life.
We were picked up by immigration officials and sent to a detention camp.
I spent 8 months in the detention camp.
There was no food, no water.
I saw people being beaten like animals.
Some women were raped. Some women were sold as slaves.
I thought I would never see my loved ones again.
I have made the biggest mistake of my life.
I have wasted all my savings.
I have to start all over again.
Migration is a human phenomenon which cannot be stopped. But if we choose to migrate, we advocate that it should be done in a safe, orderly, regular, and dignified way, and not in a dangerous and tortuous manner.
This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons.
We're still watching NTN Network News, and we are back in Abuja. To measure Nigeria's economic recovery and growth plan, which is the anchor for Nigeria's economic transformation blueprint, the Tertiary Education Fund has inaugurated a Research and Development Committee. Ofang Shaji reports.
Fully structured physical infrastructures stamped with the seal of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund logo, an indication of some of the achievements recorded over the years by the fund across Nigerian educational institutions. These buildings could also be termed as hardwares provided to drive infrastructural development across the tertiary institutions. And to facilitate this growth that will bring about innovation, the Tertiary Trust Fund is using research and development as the software to advance institutions to veritable hubs for experimentation, incubation of scientific and technological innovations needed for economic development.
The investment in research and development and human capital is central for economic success.
These three wise men have been chosen to lead the team of the stand-up committee inaugurated to drive innovative research and development across tertiary institutions in Nigeria.
All the groups that rank universities make research very critical in their ranking systems. Not buildings, not number of students, but research and the impact of research.
We'll work with the 9th Assembly to repackage, reposition, and ensure that everybody in the system who should be part of that process is part of it. Because there has to be sustainability.
With the outcome of this meeting, it is hoped that quality research and adequate support of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund will move the level of research development and productivity from 0.02% to an accelerated rate to bring about a new global economy. In Abuja, Gufan Shaji, NTA News.
Let's take you to the Niger Delta region now, because shutting down of critical oil and gas facilities by host communities is unhealthy as it affects the economy of both the federal and state governments. It is against this background that the Delta State government has always advocated constant dialogue to resolving areas of difference between host communities and oil companies in the region. This is the stance maintained by the Delta State government at the stakeholders meeting in Warri. Eloho Agbara has details.
Since the 22nd of May, the Otunana Flow Station in Warri Southwest local government area has been under lock and key by the host communities. This is to ensure that the oil company meets their demand on basic amenities, which include light and other infrastructures. An indication that their patience with the oil exploration company over the gross neglect has grown thin. To the Deputy Governor, Kingsley Otwaro, the methods they have chosen to drive home their demand is not the best option and therefore unacceptable.
We felt very strongly that that is unhealthy, not only for Chevron Nigerian Limited, but for the host communities as well as the Delta State government and the federal government as well. And we have deemed it fit to call on this critical stakeholders meeting, and we have had a very far-reaching resolution that the oil facility should immediately be opened, and we have also created further platforms to deepen engagement on the issues that have been raised.
The meeting held behind closed doors had in attendance both the host communities and the oil company. The host communities and the oil company are optimistic that with the platform created by the state government, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Elo Agbra, NTA News.
We now join Asmao Abibu Shagari in our Sokoto Network Center. Asmao.
Hey Joseph, good evening and a warm welcome to Sokoto. Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria has advocated for the establishment of night grazing prohibition law in Nigeria. This came to the fore during a town hall meeting between security operatives, Fulani cattle breeders and people of Kebe local government held in Sokoto State. Dalata Abdullahi has the report.
Kebe is one of the local governments in Sokoto State worst hit by activities of bandits, cattle rustlers, and cases of Fulani farmers' conflicts in recent years. The local government serves as a joint that links the three states of Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara states with a large forest area along Ungushi district where banditry, kidnapping, cattle rustling, and Fulani farmers' clashes are common. Worried by the rate of such crimes, Sokoto State government directed the conduct of a town hall meeting, bringing together all stakeholders to brainstorm and come up with a workable strategy to address the challenges. It had in attendance heads of security operatives in the area, district and village heads, imams, leaders of Fulanis, National Mieti Allah Association, and local government officials, as well as civilian security volunteers and vigilante. The meeting agreed to set up a joint vigilante among Fulani and the Hausa communities to partner security operatives in tackling the activities of criminals in the area.
We shall have a cooperation between Fulani people and the Hausa people.
We have listened to various stakeholders on the various security challenges, and we are working on modalities on how to take care of some of those security challenges.
Now the Fulani, they are ready in Kebe local government to join that Sakai because of these security challenges.
Similar town hall meetings were held in Ondo, Ekiti, and Ebonyi states with the same mission. In Sokoto, Dalatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Communities affected by activities of armed bandits in Isa and Southern Birni local government areas of Sokoto State have called on authorities concerned to take proactive measures to enable them go back to their villages. Sheikh Muhammad Datti completes the story.
These are people of Isa and Southern Birni local government areas of Sokoto State displaced by activities of armed bandits. They are now taking refuge at Antika village in Niger Republic. Many villages of Isa and Southern Birni have been displaced by the bandits and their belongings taken away.
We need assistance. We also need enough security. They are going back to the villages to get their belongings. The bandits usually come in the morning and in the evening. That is why we ran away from our villages.
The affected people confess they feel more secured in Niger Republic than in Nigeria, calling for urgent steps to be taken to address the situation. A combined team of security agents who stopped over at the village interacted with the people, assuring them that all will be done to safeguard their lives and property. In Sokoto, Sheikh Muhammad Datti, NTA News.
And that's it from Sokoto. The news will continue with Joseph in Abuja. Good evening.
There's a smarter way to live with Airtel Binge Plan, the ideal data plan for those heavy data moments. Get a 2 GB daily binge plan for 500 naira. Dial *141# to activate. Live smarter with data.
Airtel, the smartphone network. Ever since he could hold a bat, Charles wanted to play like his big brother. Victor had skills that matched the best in the land. Never mind, little brother. Drink your Dano milk and keep practicing. So that is what he did. And step by step, glass by glass, the boy grew in spirit and strength. Drink your Dano milk and be strong.
Also available in Dano Cool Cow, Dano Slim, and Dano Flavored Milk. Choose Dano. Choose goodness.
Helen!
Hey, where's your mom?
Today is her toilet day.
What?
Helen!
Toilet day?
Tomorrow you're hosting a party and it's a matter of my reputation.
Even if you spend your entire day cleaning with all this, it still won't be party ready.
Impossible!
Challenge? New Ticker Harpic 10X. Even if you use this solution 10 times, it won't give you the same cleaning like Harpic because its new Ticker formulation sticks to the bowl better, giving you a sparkling clean toilet.
Wow!
New Harpic 10X
gives me the freedom from toilet day.
It's Ramadan. It's okay to share what you love. Ramadan Kareem from Indomie. Indomie Super Pack now available at 85 naira.
Are you aware that your perfect family may be under threat by germs? Germs can cause infectious diseases like diarrhea, typhoid, and flu. These infectious diseases are amongst the biggest killers of adults and children. In Nigeria, tens of thousands of children under the age of 5 have died due to diarrhea caused by germs, which could easily have been prevented. These illness-causing germs are everywhere. Dirty surfaces, on cuts and wounds, on your clothes, in unclean bathing water. To protect your family from germs, use the power of Dettol's 1 capsule. For surface cleaning, for first aid, for your laundry, in your bathing water, and to protect your family from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Be Dettol sure.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo will be representing Nigeria at tomorrow's inauguration of South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa in Pretoria. The Vice President will be joining other heads of state and governments from Africa and beyond who are expected at the swearing-in ceremony in Loftus Versfeld Stadium, Pretoria, South Africa. Theresa May announces resignation as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Adebola Brooks Sunday reports.
Brexit.
an acronym for British exit, a description of the United Kingdom's decision to leave the European Union, EU, a political and economic union of 28 member countries. The UK joined the EU, then known as the European Economic Community, in 1973. On 23rd of June 2016, a referendum was held where voters asked just one question: whether the UK should leave or remain in the European Union. The Leave side then won by nearly 52 to 48%. But the exit didn't happen straight away. Prime Minister Terry